for me on Aboriginal and particularly regional health, but to hear the Treasurer's focus on jobs, we need to remember that in many Aboriginal communities there really is no real and meaningful hope of employment, and we haven't seen any move towards allowing Aboriginal families to own their own homes or even aspire to having employment. And certainly there's been almost no move towards being able to orbit or move outside of the 90-minute rule to attain a job, and without that, of course, healthcare is compromised. We are still very concerned about the ABS's move to run the Australian National Health Survey and actually exclude Aboriginal children and remove from Aboriginal parents the right to have their children involved in Australia's National Health Survey. And we regard that as absolutely abysmal preparation for this health survey if Indigenous children are excluded. And it's all well and good to say we'll do it next time in 5 years, but it's actually incumbent upon the ABS as the national surveyor of Australia's statistics and in particular health to actually do the hard work and make sure that Aboriginal people feel confident enough to be part of an ABS. We need to remember Indigenous families have been, they've been poked, they've been prodded, they've been investigated for years, but it's no excuse for the ABS to walk away and say it's all too difficult. Look, on another issue, we still see in a large number of Aboriginal communities poor food security, and while we did welcome in 2007 the investment into community stores, that doesn't cross the Northern Territory border. So when you go down to the APY Lands in South Australia or across places like Tjuntuntjaran in Western Australia, they still have the community stores in the condemned buildings. They still have the mice plagues. There is a situation there where there are more mice than there is food in their store, and we have a federal government that is blind to this and continues to invest solely in Northern Territory for no other reason than Mal Brough did in the last few months of the Howard era. So it's time for this government to move on and admit that crossing a state border is just as important to Indigenous people who traditionally move between family groups as it should be for federal money.
What do you make of the pieces of this decision to wear a wig and gown in the Speaker's chair for wanting to do that?
I'm not only completely agnostic, but I just don't think it's a major issue for Australians. Thanks very much.
Good.